Hello and welcome to Granado Espada. In this video, we will overview recruitment process for Judith, the exalted divine judge. Judith is a polearm user, unlocking additional power potential for your team. Throughout the questline, you will require 10 units of holy water of Harmonia. To be able to start her recruitment quest, you need to finish Harmonia Episode 2 scenario and recruit serial quests. Once done with these quests, you will receive a quest figure while moving into any town, and you will be sent to Sariel, who resides in Kielce. He will disclose a secret that Divine Judge is coming to Harmonia to punish the damned. He will ask you to go to Harmonia, and once you move to the town in designated location, you will trigger a non-combat mission where you will be introduced to Imperium Judith. You will also learn that Sirius is worried about her appearance. After the mission, move to Harmonia Cathedral to speak with Sirius. Sirius will tell you that Imperiums appears only when they have assignments. During the conversation, you will understand that she came here to kill Sariel, and you will rush to Kielce to speak with him again. Sariel will ask you to follow him to Harmonia Anilo to enter a non-combat mission. In this mission, you will see the true intentions and ruthlessness of Imperium, but one will appear and Sariel will escape the judgment. Escaping Imperium, move to Harmonia Latina and trigger a quest conversation in the marked location. Sariel will explain that Judith hates the smell of the peppers in the area and won't chase you. He will ask you to gather 100 remaining peppers while hunting Harmonia bears in this location. Once you have collected the peppers, move back to Harmonia Latina to trigger a non-combat mission, in which you will learn that Imperium grown an immunity for the scent, and she will kill Sariel. After this instance, move to Harmonia Cathedral and speak with Imperium Judith to learn more about her motives. After a short conversation, go and speak with Sirius, who will suspect that if Imperium haven't left Harmonia yet, that means there is another task for her. Once finished conversation with Sirius, go back and speak with Imperium Judith, who will admit that she only overcame pepper scent, but she still feels sick. Time to move to Rebel Do, to our renowned chef, curing all the diseases with food. Bonfillo. Just this time, he will advise to make a perfume, routing you to speak with flower girl Susanna in Armonia City. Susanna will ask you to collect scented aphrodel in Armonia Latina. Simply run around the map and click on the flowers to get request items. Once you have all the quest items collected, move back to Susanna, who will give you a perfume to give to Imperium Judith in Armonia Cathedral. Once spoken with Imperium, speak with Bishop Lennon in Armonia Cathedral, who will tell you more about Imperium. After a talk with Bishop, move to Armonia town to trigger a conversation with Judith. You should not have any male characters in your team while doing this step. After the short dialogue, you will need to speak with Shuran in Armonia City to start a non-combat mission in which you will learn how Imperium Judith grew affection to a crusader named Leo. After this mission, speak with Shuran again to be transferred to mission Leo's Death. In this mission, you will control a quest version Imperium Judith and you will try to avenge Van for Leo's death. Just move out of Van's AoE spells and you should take him easily. Once one is defeated, speak again with Shuran in Armonia City, who will route you to Armonia Cathedral, triggering a quest dialogue. After which, come back to Shuran. This time, he will ask you to bring 10 units of holy water of Armonia. Once given, move to Armonia Cathedral and speak to Imperium Judith, who will want to test your skills. While fighting Judith in this combat mission, time to time additional crusaders will join the fight. Try to avoid straight line attacks from Judith, it's gonna be a tough cookie. Once you have defeated Judith, move back to Armonia Latina to trigger a non-combat mission and witness her confession, after which move back to Armonia Cathedral and speak again with Imperium Judith. Judith will ask you about whereabouts of Silver Bullet, but You won't be able to answer the question since Sirius will join the conversation and expose Laura's location. You will need to rush to Armonia El Templo to warn Laura about Judith, but it's too late. She is already there and you will be transferred to combat mission, where you will need to defeat Imperium Judith again. After the fight, you will escape further in Armonia El Templo to trigger a quest dialogue between Laura and Sariel, who apparently is still alive. After the quest conversation, move further into Armonia El Templo to trigger a combat mission. In this combat mission, you will need to safeguard Laura from the Abyss forces. Use characters with large AoE attacks, as Laura tends to run away randomly and dies quickly from the mobs. Once you're done with the mission, you will need to speak with Laura again, who will ask you to speak with Judith's shadows across the location. Just run around in Armonia and Templo and speak with the Black Judith ghost. You will need to repeat this 5 times. Once you're done with it, speak with Laura again and move to the marked location to fight corrupted Judith. Once you're done with it, speak with Laura again, who will inform you that Judith was corrupted by Abyss forces and they need to wake her up. You will need to consult Sirius in Armonia Cathedral, who will advise you to collect 200 units of fresh peppers while killing Armonia bears in Armonia Latino map. Once you have collected the peppers, move back to Sirius, who will prepare a mixture for Judith. Travel back to Armonia El Templo and speak with Laura, who will give a mixture to Judith, waking her up. Judith senses Abby's forces around and wants to demolish them. You will be transferred to combat mission in which you will need to kill 150 Abby soldiers. Judith, Sariel and Laura will be helping you. Use a team consisting of characters with large AoE skills and keep an eye on Laura cause she tends to die quickly if unchecked. Once you kill all the forces, Judith will ask you to communicate with Seraph. You will need to go to Armonia City and trigger a quest dialogue in marked location. Once done, move back to Jude and speak with Judith in Armonia El Templo, who will ask you to kill 100 Abyss mobs around. Once done with killing, you will need to speak with Judith again, and she will ask you to wait 1 day before speaking to her again. The next day, speak with Judith, who will ask you to go to Armonia City to get the answer from the Seraph. You will be transferred in combat mission in which you will need to fight copies of Judith, the past and the present. In the mission, you will see 2 devices. When you use the device, the nearby mobs gets armor crush debuff, allowing you to damage them with physical characters. Try to avoid her frontal attacks as it might one-shot you. As you see, I used a flying character who evades with skills from the Judiths to tank them, and my Banshee in the middle to attack them. You will need to kill all the clones to finish this mission. Once done, move back to Armonia El Templo, speak with Judith, and you will receive her card and her Quasar stance book. This concludes our journey to achieve one of the most popular and powerful melee characters in the game. Use her wisely. Thanks for watching this video. Please leave a comment if you find this useful and stay tuned for upcoming videos. And as always, good luck in your future explorations.